Okay, viewers, look, since my video at Comic-Con, I've done a lot, recently, keeping up on anime shows, uh, working, going to school. So it's kind of hard to do live reaction reviews of upcoming shows that came out this winter. Shows like Shimamano Testament Burst, Oshomen Simple. But I'm here to come back after 2 months, a month and a half of since my video at Comic Con, and get started and talk about anime wise. So here's the thing: there's this poll that happened days ago on Anime News Network about about the mega poll, which is the top 5 anime shows of 2015. Now, I'm not gonna front. 2015 was a good year. I mean, it was a good year. We had shows we had shows that were memorable to us based off of mangas and light novels, and return shows that got a season. Now, after months and months of every anime show, what was like the 5 best shows of 2015 that I had to put out? So it was a hard decision to vote on Anime's New Network about what top 5 shows I have to pick for the 2015. Now, for this video, I'm picking 5 shows that should be on the top out of the whole 2015, and these 5 shows should be up there as top 5. So, right now I'm telling you the 5 shows that should be up there. So the first show is a show that came out in winter of 2015, and this was one of the shows that I was really looking forward to since the OVA. And if you know Death Billers, I'm talking about Death Parade. Now, Death Parade is a show that, I forgot to contain spoilers. So, if you guys haven't seen Death Parade, which you guys should watch, Death Parade is just like 2 people into a bar, and they can't remember anything. So, it's kind of like the afterlife. And they play simple games like, something like our average game would play, like bowling or darts, arcade. Yeah, we get that. But here's the catch: your life is on the line. So every part, every game, when you lose or you win, it shows flashbacks of people how they died. And it shows like their flaws, their emotions that led to why they're here. So one get reincarnated, one go to the void. And that's how Death Parade works. Another show I really wanted to show was, I can't front, this show is so cute to me the moment I saw this. I read the manga to this and I'm like, I gotta get to this. It's Himaru-chan. Umaru-chan. Now, if you guys don't watch this, it's just the cutest little, I will say chibi form I've ever, but yeah, you get it. So imagine this girl imagine this girl outside, living a peaceful, normal life. Every boy, every girl, and everybody in the town likes her. We get that. Just the average normal girl. But what happens when you close the door and she's inside? What happens? Put on that hamster hoodie, get lazy, read manga, play video games, watch anime. That's an otaku sister you have. Now, if you guys, this is like, watching Himaru-chan is like, she remind me of us. Think about it. When you come home from work or school, what do? You guess what? You put on a hamster hoodie, you put on the PlayStation 4 or Xbox One or Wii U, you sit down and play video game until you get tired. Or when you watch anime, or when you want to keep up on the manga, that's what we do. Himaru-chan speaks to that. She transformed that little small form of herself. Her small form of herself resembles, like, looking at her smaller chibi form, it's just like going to her otaku mode, you know what I mean? It's kind of like that. That's why Himaru-chan should be on the top 5. It's comedy and a whole core. It makes you want to laugh. It makes you want to repeat watching it over and over again. So yeah, I had to put that. Now, so I mentioned Death Parade and Himaru-chan. Another show that should be on the top 5 is, I can't stress this out, if there's one show that has to be on the top 5 anime shows of 2015, it has got to be School Live. Now, I'm not gonna front. School Live killed has opened my heart to the zombie apocalypse all over again. Unlike High School of the Dead, this show is kind of like what would happen if the characters in High School of the Dead were all moe type thing, and that's Gakukurashi, or you could say School Life. Now, I didn't know what it was because it was horror. So I'm like, okay, what can be when you have a horror show, you gotta have a good opening and you got a good ending. What the fuck did I just saw with that little cute little dog? And it was so cute to see that dog, man. Like, come on. Next thing you know, the opening was so like cheerful and playful, and I'm like, wait a minute, how the fuck this is horror? It's like, and you don't have to. If I say the words of this, it's like Daichuki. When you watch School Life, your mind is gonna be fucked. Basically, it's about this girl Yuki. I mean, I'm saying it right, but I haven't seen the show in a while. But it's about this girl with the pink hair. She's living like a normal school life, you know, meeting friends, going after school activities, seeing the principal, you know, like that, like an average schoolgirl. Now, the first episode, you're gonna see it as a whole. You're gonna see it like this is just a normal school day. What can possibly go wrong? But here's the kicker. Around like almost to the end, all you see is blood, zombies, broken windows, a mess up school. So you see my point. She sees it just like she's in that psychological state where she can't take reality seriously. She sees it like, oh, this is. She just talked to her imaginary friends like, hi, how you doing? So now here's the thing: the other three people, they understand that this is actually is an apocalypse, because she's it's like she's suffering a mental state, while the others are just like, what the fuck is wrong with her? She don't want to admit reality at itself. So she trying to plan after school activities, and you know, like let's paint, let's do some painting, let's do some outdoor activities, that stuff like that. The other three know what's going on, but herself, it's just in her mind. But that's why it's so catchy. I mean, you know, like I said, when you watch the opening, you'd be like, "Oh, this is a horror show." But here's the kicker. Here's another kicker. And for every episode of Gakukurashi, like every episode, the opening changes. So you have to pay attention to the opening, because you're like, wait a minute, what? This never happened. That's why I said, watch every opening and you'll see why this show is so fucking good. It'll leave you sad to somebody or two people that you're gonna find sad. And trust me, for most fans who watch or read the manga of Gakukurashi, you're gonna feel so freaking sad. Now, another show that should be on top 5 of 2015 is, and I'm gonna be so freaking, I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but if this is, how to put this, if you like Monster Misune, raise your hand. Yes, Monster Misune, aka Everyday Life with Monster Girls. Now, I've done my videos of, you know, live reactions and reviews of Monster Misune, because this show, I've been waiting for this show since the mangas. I've been reading the manga and I asked myself, when is going to be an anime? This is the part right now. Now, for those of you who never watched it, it's basically about a girl named, no, scratch it, about a guy named Darling. This is kind of like, they call him Darling because it's short. They're short to call him that. So basically, how to put this? Imagine you wake up 6 o'clock in the morning and then you get strangled by a girl that, oh, but it's not a girl, it's a half snake. Half girl, half snake. So now you're like, oh God, he gonna die. This is life. So there's this law, the monster exchange law, where if monsters coexist with humans, there are rules. Monster can't kill humans, human can't kill monsters. And you can't have sex with these monster girls because if you get caught, they will arrest you and your monster girl will be out. So he's living a life of 7 monster girls in his house. And I kind of feel bad for him because they killed him every so often, but he's managed to survive. Remember I said, half human, half snake girl, a little pappy girl, a little harpy girl named Pappy who, half human, half harpy. 3 steps, short-term memory loss. Then you got a big-breasted centaur, which she's my favorite. Then you have this mermaid who's kind of like in a love. She loves romance stuff. She likes to die or live peacefully like a romance. Kind of like the Little Mermaid she put up on. Another show I like is, I'm sorry, not show. There's a mermaid mentioned. Oh, there's a slime girl. So if you have a thing for slime girls. And then you got I'm sorry, not 7, but right. Then you got a spider chick and then you have a half human, half spider chick in the whole thing. She likes bondage stuff, so she tie people up. She gets turned on by that. And then you got a Darulon, who's into like death. Seeing Darlin dying is so peaceful. And there's one more monster, but I ain't gonna mention it because they didn't show it in until like the manga series. But I suggest you watch this. Now the show went too fast towards the manga, so it's gonna take and I don't know when it's gonna be a season 2 of it, but it's gonna take a while, and it's pretty good. But again, Monster Machine should be on top 5 because this show was so funny to most people, and for the fans of the manga franchise, waiting for a show like this, hoping that it would be a great show, and it killed it. They killed every part of it, and I love it. Now, there's one more show that should be on top 5 of 2015. Now, recently today, there was a show that was going to make a season 2 on Anime's new network. Yes, on Anime News Network, around 6 a.m. on Thursday, there was a show that was literally going to be is going to get a season 2. And I can't wait. I'm talking about Food Wars. Shogeki no Soma. Now, this show, my friend told me about this, and I never would have understood it if it wasn't for him. Basically, it's about this guy named Soma who's a great, great, great chef. Don't get me wrong. I know Sanji got it all, but this is Soma we're talking about here. But Soma, he's a chef, teenage chef who's into love cooking. He's inspired to cooking based on his father, and he tried to challenge his father on the whole scenario-wise base, And he lost, even though he lost 499 times. The show, he transferred to this culinary school where these elite chefs, young chefs, trying to be the best. But it gets strict because if you fail, you're out. So, but here's the kicker about this show. It's not just cooking, it's a lot of foodgasm. Like, for them, they take one bite of food and they get turned on quick. Some of them have inspiration. They imagine the food and the person that made the dish. So if you taste a good cuisine dish, just like this, you get a turn on. They're showing the boobs open and the ass showing. It turns people on based off the food and the smell of the food. That's why people get so crazy about it. And this was ongoing since it ended in the summer. But this show was so good that it had to get a season 2. They made a 3DS game out of it. But again, if you like cooking, I suggest you watch Food Wars. But let me tell you something. When you watch Food Wars, bring food with you. Because at the end of the day, when you watch Food Wars, your stomach's going to get growling of all the great food that they're making. And read the manga of it as well. Now with Food Wars, it ended in the autumn arc. Not really ended in the autumn arc, but it kind of slowed down the autumn arc because they haven't decided who's the top four in Block A and the top four in Block B. So, and I've read the manga to it after that, but I don't want to spoil that part because for those who did not read the manga, you gotta read Food Wars. But for those of you who prefer, like, oh, I'm away for the anime for it, that's on you, not me. So, these are the 5 shows again that should be on top 5. Death Parade, Himaru-chan, Monster Misune, School Life, and Food Wars. Those shows has got to be on top 5. So for those of you, I know the survey's over, but the mega poll on Anime's new network said the top 5 anime shows of 2015. And then, like I said, it was a hard decision, but I had to pick those 5 shows. And those are some, don't get me wrong, other shows that are out there that I wouldn't mind picking, like Irotama, One Punch Man, Gate, Shimamano Testament Burst. Don't get me wrong, I would have picked them. As, you know, all the shows I picked out, I would have put them on top 5. Because those shows I repeat watching. But, again, it was a tough decision. And I know y'all voted and it was a tough call as well. So that's it. So thank you for letting me do my videos once again. Now, another video I'm going to do is the top 20 shows of 2015. So I got to look back of all the shows that came out 2015 and pack it into this video for the next time. So that's it for now. Tune in next time.